So, I've had a bunch of people ask me why I continue to pursue green living, even though I know any small change I make is probably not going to make that big of a difference or affect climate change in any kind of way. And there's a bunch of reasons why. So, join me on this journey of why I continue to try to live my greenest life possible, even though I know I won't make that big of a difference. I'm currently developing a book, 10 Steps to Green Living. And in this book, I'm going to go through all the ways a person can live their greenest life possible. I've got 10 R's, each R covering different ways to live a greener life. And someone said to me, "Do you really think taking shorter showers and using metal straws and trying to use less plastic bags is going to make that big of a difference or going to affect climate change or reduce your carbon footprint?" And I said, as an individual, probably not. In fact, definitely not. But does that mean that we should stop trying? I care about this younger generation. I care about the people who are fighting for climate justice, and I want them to have a future. So I want to lead by example. If enough of us make those changes, then yeah, it will have an impact. Living a greener life is important. It doesn't matter if my single decisions make that big of a difference. I want to know that I've done my part. And the first thing I do, in fact, it's my first R, is research. I research the greenest ways to live. I research who's causing the most harm. I did a trash audit, and I want to know what I can do in my local community. So sometimes it helps to think small instead of getting hung up on like what we can do at a federal level. So living a green life is important. Even if you know that what you're doing is not going to make that big of a difference. Now, I want to share with you real quickly a book that has helped me a lot. And it's this book right here. It's called How to Prepare for Climate Change by David Pogue. And I've found it to be incredibly helpful. In this book, he covers all sorts of different topics like what to grow, where to invest, how to insure, protecting your children, how to prepare for heat waves, preparing for drought, wildfires, where to find hope. Like, it's very comprehensive and it's not alarmist. So I think it's important to try to stay positive and to try to just get through this the best way that we can. But I've seen a lot of people down on themselves if they use a plastic bag or they use a plastic straw, or maybe they forgot to bring their to-go cup. And I just want to remind everybody that we are not the biggest climate change contributors. Us, the individuals, we are not the ones causing the problem. In fact, it's about 2/3 of the carbon emissions are coming from about 90 companies. So I guess, if you round up, you could say about 100 companies are causing most of the carbon emissions. And these companies are primarily oil-based companies. We are going to have to learn how to wean ourselves off of the oil industry. And burning coal is a big one. Aramco. I've been to Aramco. I lived in Saudi Arabia. It's one of the most profitable companies in the world. ExxonMobil. So let's have a look at what it is that's causing climate change. So looking at what's really causing a lot of the climate change, transportation is a big one. And this is not just driving around with your individual car. It's also the shipping of goods and materials. So the more we buy, the more we consume, the more we contribute to this problem. The way we use our electricity. Industry is a big one. So again, our consumption, commercial and residential use, and agriculture. So eating less meat can have a significant impact on climate change. Now, why do I care? Why am I trying? Well, there's a lot of reasons. My main one is that I care about this younger generation. So Even if I'm not making a big change by switching to metal straws or trying not to use plastic bags or using my bike more instead of driving a car, I do believe in change, and I believe that if enough people try to make those changes, we can have a serious impact. So I'd like to know, what changes have you made, and what do you think has the most significant impact on reducing our carbon footprint and living a greener life? Feel free to share them. Don't give up hope. Don't become discouraged. And don't listen to the naysayers that say that we can't make a difference. Thanks for watching.